Have you ever woken up to the smell of freshly baked bread? Now imagine thousands of loaves being produced every single day, all the same size, with the same taste and the same texture. How is that possible? How does something so simple, made from just a few ingredients, become one of the most consumed foods on the planet? Today, on How Is It Done?, we step inside a bread factory to reveal every stage of the industrial process that turns flour into perfectly baked bread. Bread is one of the oldest foods known to humanity. Present in almost every culture, it has crossed centuries and evolved alongside technology. Today, industrial bread production makes it possible to feed millions of people every day with safety, consistency, and efficiency. But before it reaches store shelves, there is a highly controlled process that begins long before the oven. Everything begins with simple ingredients: wheat flour, water, yeast, salt. But in industrial production, nothing is truly simple. Each ingredient undergoes strict tests for quality, purity, and moisture. Flour, for example, is analyzed to ensure the exact protein content, which is essential for the bread's structure. Only approved ingredients move forward in the process. The ingredients are stored in large silos and tanks. Sensors constantly monitor temperature, humidity, available quantity. Automated systems measure each ingredient with extreme precision. A small error at this stage could compromise thousands of loaves. We now reach one of the most critical stages of the entire process: mixing. Massive industrial mixers combine the ingredients using precise, continuous movements. At this moment, gluten begins to form, giving the dough elasticity and strength. Mixing time and speed are carefully controlled, not too much, not too little. After mixing, the dough moves to fermentation. This is where yeast goes to work, producing gases that cause the dough to rise. Climate-controlled chambers maintain ideal temperature, constant humidity, precise timing. This stage defines the bread's volume, texture, and final flavor. Every second matters. The fermented dough is then divided into perfectly equal portions. High-precision machines cut and weigh each piece. Next, the dough is automatically shaped into its final form. All of this happens in seconds, using smooth movements that preserve the internal structure. Before entering the oven, the dough must rest once more. This final proof allows the bread to rise a little more, become lighter, develop a better texture. Conveyor belts move the loaves through controlled environments with minimal human intervention. It is a delicate balance between time and temperature. Now comes the decisive moment. The loaves enter industrial ovens that reach high temperatures within seconds. The heat causes the dough to rapidly expand form, a crust, develop color and aroma. Each oven is calibrated according to the type of bread. Here, dough stops being dough and becomes food. Once out of the oven, the bread is not ready yet. It must cool gradually and evenly. Industrial cooling systems prevent condensation, texture loss, deformation. This process ensures the bread reaches the consumer in perfect condition. Once cooled, the bread moves to automatic slicing. Cameras and sensors inspect size, shape, structural integrity. The loaves are then packaged, sealed, and labeled with date and batch information. Every unit is traceable, from start to finish. From simple ingredients to a highly technological process, industrial bread production is a perfect example of how tradition and innovation work together. The next time you hold a loaf of bread, remember, behind it lies science, engineering, and precision. This is How Is It Done? And in the next episode, what food would you like to see being made?